Bit dizzy now. Good evening, boys and girls. Yes, you are in the right place. You are here for quality little red Fiesta automotive content and not some weird strange fella dressed in a pizza hoodie OnlyFans channel. But what you are about to see probably needs a little bit of explaining, because there hasn't been, I say, a great deal of content. There hasn't been any content for ages on the channel, and there's a number of reasons for that. One is, as I explained in, I think, the very last video that I did about 6 months ago, things were just crazy busy, and did get crazy busier, which I didn't think was possible. And then I quit my job. I got a new job, a load of other stuff happened. I had to get rid of my company car, so I didn't have a car for a little while. Still don't have a car, just driving around in the wife's minivan, S-Max. Can't be storing all my tools indoors because I don't really know what to do with them yet. So, you know, that's just the kind of thing that's been happening. And then on top of that, from the little bit of content that I was managing to film, I did manage to break this. So obviously this is my MacBook that I used to do all of my editing and stuff on, and I managed to spill a glass of Coke on it, and well, needless to say, it doesn't fucking work anymore. So it's kind of just a nice shiny paperweight now, really. But yeah, that happened, and then Christmas happened, and in between everything else happening, obviously didn't really have any money to A, get that fixed, or B, replace it. So I've kind of been recording bits and pieces of content but not really doing anything with it. So this is a collation of stuff that I filmed on this camera, stuff that I filmed on that camera, stuff that was all on this hard drive up here that I had to kind of rescue, because those of you in the know would know that a PC and a Mac don't work the same, and if you format something for a Mac, it's not formatted for a PC, and it's very difficult to get from one to the other. Found a solution, got it done. Anyway, so yeah, after that was all out of the way, a wonderful Facebook Marketplace find. Went and brought this little beauty here, which is supposedly quite a fancy gaming PC. I know nothing about PCs bar what I used to know when I used to mess around with them when it was like Windows 95. So I have no idea if this is really actually any good or not. All I know is it does work, and in the midst of it I've managed to set up a little bit of a, well, this used to be my home office. Doesn't need to be a home office now, because obviously I quit my job and got a new one. So it's now a bit of a man cave / editing studio. So we've managed to set up here a little bit of a editing studio type dealio. There's obviously still has a bit of an ongoing process. None of the MDF is clad or anything like that. The lights need moving and putting in the right place. This screen kind of does work but doesn't work, so we need to, well, it does work, just doesn't work with that, so I need to get another one of those. I do have my surround sound and speakers in here though, so the audio quality should be better. Yeah, and then apart from that, I just kind of tried to make it, oh, I spy a Mark II Mitch calendar up there. Shout out to Wes, that was actually an early Christmas present from Wes. So yeah, shout out to you for that one, and shout out to Mitch for the awesome calendar, obviously. So yeah, kind of I just turned this room into a bit of a man cave, really. Still some things to do, like up here. There used to be a big TV on that wall there, there's not now because the TV's over there. I'm kind of thinking I might go and try and find a really big buck's head or a really big stag head to go on there. And then I kind of built two little frame things in the corner there. I want to hang some like medieval armour or something in there, because why not, you know? Anyway, enough about the man cave and the editing studio. So yes, Happy New Year. Hope you all had a good Christmas. We are back for 2024, as you can see, with a functioning editing studio, lots of cameras, lots of hard drive space, lots of quality content to come, and you'll see a little bit of that in this next video. But we have loads for Little Red. We have the GTC. We're really getting stuck into that this year. That is going for full paint on in February. It's going for a full strip down and paint, so we need to get that stripped. We need to get everything off it. I need to get all of the underside done. There's loads to do before it goes to paint, obviously, so lots of content coming from that. And as I said, I've got a new job. I don't get a company car with the new job. It's in London 5 days a week. Why would I want a company car? I get the train to London and back every day. So I need a new daily, but a daily that I don't need to use daily because I get the train. So the way I understand that is I need a new project car. I know what I'm getting. I've already got it worked out. A couple of months to get some money together for it, but there will be a new car on the channel this year, so keep your eyes peeled. That's on its way. So yeah, take this for what it is, a load of bits cobbled together for me to try and make my first video of 2024, and yeah, we'll go from there. Hope you enjoy. So, you know how that last video I said it's been a while since I last did a video. I kind of get deja vu a little bit because it's been a little while since I did a video. Yeah, so obviously in that video I kind of explained to you all how manic and crazy my life outside of cars has been, and that I said we're going to crack on and we'll get on with some content and we're going to put some more videos out regularly. Life got busier. I didn't think it could do, but it did. It got busier. Crazy, absolutely crazy. In fact, to be perfectly honest, drowning in it. But it is a Saturday evening, and I was kind of sitting indoors, not doing a lot. And I thought, you know what? Let's get down the garage and let's pull my finger out and actually get the garage shed, whatever you want to call it, finished. And when I say garage shed, I mean obviously not this. This out here, I can't actually even remember if I've shown you this at all. But obviously we've bought the GTC and the Celica is still over there, so that's taken up all the indoor garage space. So I brought this. I don't see how well you can actually see it, to be perfectly honest, because the lights are glaring, but I brought this big tin metal shed to put the Fiesta in. Now the Fiesta, I mean, obviously side to side we've got loads of room. Front to back, it's a little bit tight, I'll be honest, it's a little bit tight, but it does what it says on the tin. It is a metal shed which is going to keep the Fiesta dry and out of the winter weather for the winter months. I also have some plans to modify the back of this and install some extract fans in there, put some lights up here obviously and some infrared heaters to turn it into a bit of a spray booth so that I can spray my panels and things in here without having to worry about trying to get them in and out of the garage. Because as you would have seen in some of the previous videos where we've done painting, obviously I've had to rush everything to get it dry, sit around and wait for it to dry to then get the car out so I can get everything back in before the end of the day, etc, etc. So the idea is this would be a bit multi-purpose. I can kind of leave the car out front if I need to under the cover and leave my panels in here drying, but also I'll have infrared heaters to help heat the panels and dry the panels quicker, a bit like a normal paint booth oven, and then some extracts on the back of here to draw out all the smoke. That'd be a bit worrying if we had smoke in there. To draw out all the fumes and everything out to atmosphere, bit like what I do with the door and the fan, but obviously it'll be a lot more effective inside this as a thing. Anyway, as you can probably see, it is raining. It's not warm, it is dark, the car is soaked and covered in leaves, so God, you know, I can't even tell you how long it's been since I've tell you what, you just can. Last time I drove this BHP show, not BHP show, Oh So Retro. The last time I drove this was Oh So Retro. Let's just move around that way so you can actually see me. Yeah, so Oh So Retro. I'll put some clips in actually because I did video some of Oh So, but I didn't actually do a video on it because I didn't really film enough. I just kind of enjoyed the day, to be perfectly honest. If you want to see the show, go and have a look at Mark 2 Mitch's video because, you know, it's a good video. It shows the show off really nicely. Also, there's some good footage of me ruining their drive home. But either way, I'm going to stop waffling, I'm going to drink my beer, I'm going to get this moved out of the way, fingers crossed it will start, I'm sure it will do, and I'm going to crack on and get the rest of this half of the roof on. As you can see, that half of the roof is already on, minus that little bit at the end. I'm going to get the rest of this roof on, and then it will be dry in here, I can get it swept out, and then look at putting a light up on that middle beam, and starting to just set things up a little bit so that we can yeah, start getting some dry space to work. And then at the end of this video I will run through a list of items that are going to be on the list for winter modifications, because there is a whole list. I feel like I've got loads of time to get it done because I've not promised, well, I say I've not promised any work to anyone else. I have. I'll go into that in a minute, but I'm waffling. Let's move the car, let's crack on. Well, that was uneventful, wasn't it? Started right up. Beautiful. The belt is a bit squealy though. That is one of the things on the list to sort out before next year, that squealing belt. But right, car's out of the way. Let's crack on with the roof. Oh, a bit dark there, isn't it? Stand over here. That works. Right, quick update time. The roof is 3/4 done. I've just got this little patch here to do. The weather, however, is not letting up. It's got rainier, it's got windier, but we are getting there. So I'm not going to give up. I'm going to have another swig of beer and I'm going to keep soldering on like an absolute trooper. I've only got 3 more panels to go in. 4 more panels if you include that little one to do there. And then that is the roof done. And then to be fair, the majority of the rest of the work's in the dry. So yeah. Right then, I'm kind of balancing my phone and the camera in one hand to try and use it as a light. So yeah, you have to excuse me for that. But the roof is on, as you can see. So if I come over here and sort of shine it that way, sort of thing. Right, there you go. You can see we have a whole roof on top of the shed. As expected, it is a bit echoey in here, so I'm gonna get some acoustic foam to stick to areas of the walls, basically, try and stop it echoing a little bit. But ironically, the roof is on. The roof is on. Wonderful. Happy about that. Ironically, it has now stopped raining once the last roof panel went on. So you know, I wouldn't be getting wet now, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Up there. There we go. Roof's on. Roof's on that side. As you can probably tell, it doesn't quite fit, so I had to modify it a little bit. That roof had to be cut down. This one, obviously, I left long, but you can see it kind of overhangs the edge of the thing there a little bit. But it gives me a little bit of storage down there or whatever. Like my beer bottles down there. But the important thing is the roof is on. The roof is on. The roof is on. I need to get the 2 little pieces there, back panels in. I had left them out because I was sort of using it as a shortcut through to there. As you can see, I have got this very nice little area here. Now I left this. This could have gone all the way back to the the fence wall there, but I didn't go all the way back on purpose because obviously we've got the old gate there, which obviously is now completely no use because it's just going to walk straight to the back of the shed. But it does give me this nice little bit of area here for outside storage. Things like my engine crane, stuff like that, can be stored out here under tarpaulins and stuff. Obviously to keep it dry, but it doesn't need to be kept like dry, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm thinking that would give me an extra little bit of space for some outside stuff like the engine crane, the engine stand, that kind of stuff. Just wrap it in tarps to keep it dry, and yeah, that gives him a little bit more room in the shed to fill up with some other crap, because that's all you do with space, isn't it? Let's be honest, you make space then you fill it back up. But right, stop waffling. I'm going to get these 2 panels on and then we will look at doing something about the lights in here. I'm going to steal one of the lights. I'm going to steal one of the lights from inside the garage, probably the one above the workbench at the back, the 6-foot strip light, and screw that basically just to this centre beam up here, and then run a bit of flex out the back of there, and probably poke it through a bit of conduit over there into the shed, and then there's obviously power in the shed. Just put it on a 3-pin plug, something like that, nice and easy. So yeah, right, let's crack on. And on the 5th day, the Lord Jesus himself said, "Let there be light." And light there was. Hey! I don't know if that's factually correct or not. I'm not particularly religious, but there you go. Anyway, as you can see, and as you can probably hear, it's quite a lot more echoey now than it was beforehand, but the back wall is finished. I think I used a bit of roof rather than wall because there's quite a difference, but I don't think it actually makes a difference, to be perfectly honest. Roof is on, and ironically it stopped raining, as I said earlier. So yeah, there is that. I have mounted the light up. So this is just the light from the workshop next door. This was the one that was over the bench, the workbench at the back. So I've just pinched that for now. As you can see, the little lead that I had on it wasn't very long. So I've just bodged that into a suspension reel balancing on this ladder for now. I haven't got enough stuff to actually do it properly. And to be perfectly honest, probably what I'm gonna do is mount some PVC conduit along here, or maybe some galvanised conduit on this. Sort of come out of there into some conduit, run on there, drill a big hole there so the conduit can slide all the way through to the shed, and then it will just pick up from the ring main that's extended into the shed, and then that'll give us light. Good evening, boys and girls. No messing about tonight because I've got lots to get done. It's already very late and we're doing lots of cutting and grinding and welding tonight, so we're going to be a little bit noisy, so you know, return of the upset neighbour and all that. But cars rolled out, plenty of space in here to work and light, because that's what we need. In the last video you would have seen us put together this wonderful piece of tin that is now the garage that the Fiesta is being stored in. As you saw, we got it all together, we got the roof on, we got the light up. I've still not done the electric, so we're kind of still dealing with this extension lead arrangement here. But as you can see, we've got no doors. I have got boxes, lengths of box section still there. 40mm by 20mm I think it is, something like that. Idea being, we're going to build a frame inside there. I'm pointing and you're looking at me. We're going to build a frame inside there to set up a couple of garage doors. So without further ado, I'm going to open a beer. I'm going to finish my food first. I'm going to crack open a beer. I'm going to crack out the welder, cut some steel to length, and I'll show you the plan. Right, boys and girls, I'm talking with a quiet voice because it's midnight.
What is it now? 5 minutes past midnight.
5 minutes past midnight, so it is late. And it's not that cold. I mean, to be fair, I've been about 2 inches away from 6,000 degrees worth of welding arc, but it's a nice little heater. Right, so the frame is all fully welded. Some bits came out really nice, like that one there, not too bad. Some bits came out terrible, like that bit there, but it's a garage door, it'll be fine. So yeah, the frame's fully welded. We fully welded the outside of the door, fully welded half of the hinges on the door side, and then I've just tacked the hinges to the frame. And what we're going to do is quickly carry this out and offer it in and see how that fits, and then probably just going to call it a night there. Because I've got a cold beer there and I've got cold beer in the fridge at home, and I might just have a bath and just just pamper myself, Anyway, yeah, so we're going to carry this round. I'm going to pop you around the corner and we're going to carry this round, try and offer it in as quietly as we can because of how late it is. That's the problem with the metal shed, it's really loud, but offer it in and then we'll just leave, once it's in place, we'll just put a couple of clamps on it and leave it in for tonight. And then come back down another evening and make up that other door, We haven't made up any bracing for this door yet because I want to make the door up, see how much box section I've got left over, to then work out whether I'm going to brace it like I've designed there, or whether we're just going to do 4 little corner braces or what's what. And then I've got some flat plates still laying around, which we want to make a couple of bits of box section and some flat plates still, so that I can mount my door hardware. So I've got a couple of these bolts, and then I've got a lock and hasp and a padlock and that sort of stuff. The beauty of this shed is it's pretty much robbery proof, because it's going to make such a racket. Anyone trying to get into it is going to make such a noise that it's going to wake up the entire neighbourhood anyway. So right, I'm going to stop waffling, let's get this lifted in. It's tight here, yeah, and this is pushing it down. See? Yeah. Right, it fits. That's the thing, it fits. There's a few adjustments we need to make. Mainly, obviously here, I'm going to take this, there's like an extra little piece, I don't know how we're going to be supposed to see. There's like an extra little white piece of tin on here. So I'm going to take that off. That's going to give me a little bit more room to get this to move up. The door is a little bit low, so it just about catches on there. But to be perfectly honest, I could probably live with that. But yeah, the rest of the door swings open nicely. Like, I was worried about the weight of them hanging, but I mean, we're going to add a little bit of weight to it, but not a lot. So right, well, that's the frame made and half of one door done. So all we need to do now is make up the other door, which in theory should be exactly the same size as this door. It doesn't look it though, does it?
Not for the moment.
It doesn't look it, but that is our centre line. We did measure it, so the door did come up at the measurement, at the measure. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Right, we're gonna get packed up. I'm gonna go home and have a bath and a beer, and see you guys in just a second on another very cold and probably late evening, sometime this week, where we make the other door, finish it up and get some cladding on it. Also try and get a infrared heater to mount up there, or there, probably at this end, I think, I don't know, somewhere to keep us warm. Anyway, for the money we paid for this thing, so far I've got about 210 pound, I reckon, thereabouts. I've got £210 invested in this. 100 quid I paid for the initial shed. I paid £97 for all of this box steel, and I paid about 32 quid I think for the hinges, the door latch, etc. I do need to buy a padlock, but apart from that I've not spent an extra penny. So for that much money, I can't complain. Bearing in mind this shed was £680 brand new when Matt brought it, so pretty good. Right, see you in a minute. And just like that, I'm not sure what you saw last, because again it's been weeks since kind of filmed that last little bit, but we have a set of doors, a set of working doors. Obviously we still need to sort the electrics out because they're still on an extension reel, but yeah, we have a set, I don't know how you can see, of working doors. It's a bit dark and cold. Can you see? You can't really see, but yeah, so set of working doors. You can see this side, you can see how the frame ended up turning out. We just did a double crossbar across the middle, and then like welded some little bits on the corners there, so that picks up. There's a little lock and hasp there, dead bolt. Again, not that you can really see it. Then we did the same on this side, lock and hasp up there, melted the shit out of the hinge up there, but it does the job. Yeah, so not a bad set of doors. And like I say, rattly as anything. So if anyone does decide they want to try and break into them, good luck to them, really, you know, because it's going to be quite rackety. Also, I did manage to get a heater. Now, like I say, it's all hanging off this reel, which is not great, but this is a very nice, warm, toasty infrared heater. Probably I could do with another one, to be quite honest. It's really, really warm, but only up this end, because it's infrared, obviously not a space heater. Heats the person and the surface, not the area. But if we sort of roll the car backwards to do some work on it, I'll be standing here anyway, in this general area, nice and toasty with that on the back of my head. Lovely and warm. Again, if if I do, when I do, because I will do it, cut some vents in here and turn this into some sort of magical spray booth, I probably will mount another one up that end or off of these here or something, so it's sort of like a bit of heat going on to the panels, that kind of thing. The other thing that I did do, and some of you may have picked up on it or not, but obviously this wall of the shed here is like right up against the brick wall of the garage building, so there's no runoff for the rain or anything like that. And obviously that's then the rain's all gonna hit the wall, and then you're gonna get damp in there, and we did actually have quite a lot of water come through it in the interim, to be fair, for the damp. So what we've done is cut a load of little grooves in the roof. I don't know if you can see, there we go. Loads of little grooves in the roof, and started installing. I need to get a tiny little piece more in a downpipe, but started installing some internal guttering just up the edge there. So it's a bit makeshift and do, but it seems to work. So obviously the water's going to come down there, it's going to drip down through these little holes up here, and then into the guttering and along, and then obviously down the bottom here I've got ACO anyway. So the idea is I'll just put a little downpipe in this corner here somewhere, drop it down into the ACO drain down there, and then obviously it will go off down the drain. So yeah, I mean, it is, like I say, it's a bit echoey. If I pull this too, so we can really get an idea of it, I can pull that shut. I probably need to put another latch on there so I can actually latch it shut whilst we're in here, because the latch for that's on the outside. But yeah, there we go. It is one nice internal little space. I do have one more thing to add. Let me just take my key out of my padlock. I think the car's on anyway. Let me just I have one more thing to show you. I actually have two more things to show you, but we'll show you this first. It's a bit of a touch. Oh, it's snowing, by the way, just in case anyone cares. It's fucking freezing cold. If I come around here, at the back of Fiesta, I've got a wonderful marketplace find. And when I say marketplace, I didn't pay anything for it. It was one of those "it's going in the tip, come and get it" things. So I did manage to get hold of. I'm trying to film and carry this with one hand here now. I did manage to get hold of a piece of racking to go in here. So like I said before, I don't know if I did say it before or not, to be honest, because I can't really remember. But like I said before, we've got plenty, not so much space front to back, but if I park the car sort of over that side, we've got plenty of space this side. Spare gearbox down there for a build. I found this thing, it's not pretty, it's a bit rusty, but it was one of those Facebook things where it's like, it's going in the skip tomorrow, come and pick it up. And I was like, mint, I'll have that. It was literally just round the corner. And I thought that would do perfectly for in the new little shed. I can't put you down, by the way, because the bipod's broken, so you'll just tip over. So what I'm thinking is, move my drill out of the way, is this thing here. I probably make up some little brackets or something to tie it back to the wall so it doesn't fall on the car or anything like that. But yeah, that's going to kind of sit there. I can just store random shit on it, like the buckets for the gutter and that sort of thing. See? Wonderful. So there you have it. That is our little shed build. I will quickly show you next door in the garage, because we have made a few little adjustments next to there. I'm not going to show you out the back and the shed. We have made some changes to the shed and stuff, but it's dark and it's cold and I haven't unlocked it or any of that nonsense. So I will quickly show you in here though. So obviously the old GTC, we're going to start taking this apart this week. You won't see it till next week, but we're going to start taking that apart this week for obviously to be stripped down. We've got the undersill and all the underneath side of stuff to do, engine stuff, etc, etc, and then that's going off the paint in February. And then over here you can kind of see the wall's kind of drying out a little bit. You can kind of see, if you like look at the brick colour there and then you look at where the roof line is, you kind of see it's kind of a bit of a darker colour. This is where it was really bad actually. You can kind of almost see the marks where it was running down the wall. So hopefully by cutting them little channels in, that's going to stop that happening. But you'll see, we have got loads more room. So obviously all my roller cabs have gone that were here. They're now over there. That workbench is gone, we've got rid of that. So yeah, all the roller cabs are now over there for that. And then we have got, my welders are now in this tool cupboard because these roller cabs have gone, so I can utilise that. So
The gas is tucked nice and out the way. All the welding rods and consumables are out the way. The old trusty fan heater. Obviously the MIG welder up there, TIG welder there. The TIG works quite well there because the leads are so long, so I can actually drag it almost all the way into anywhere in the garage. And the MIG obviously is light enough just to lift out when I need it, so that's kind of made that a bit easier. I do need to tidy this workbench up. This is an absolute mess, but we'll get round to that at some point. And then the roller cabs are all over here. It does look like someone actually spilled something cool on the floor. It also smells like it. I don't reckon fell out. Nothing out there. That's sort of just a general odds and sods cupboard. This is now kind of a bit of a car cleaning cupboard. In here, I wonder what it was that did fall out. Don't know, but kind of got all of our car cleaning stuff tucked away in there. And obviously my roller cabs now sit back here behind the silica. And we did screw a little bit of wood, you can kind of just about see it, back there, so that when the old man rolls the silica back in, he can reverse it up to that piece of wood, and that tells him when to stop, so it doesn't reverse into my roller cabs and leaves enough space in order for us to be able to get to everything. So that is where we are at. That is where we are at. So yeah, first video of 2024 done and out of the way. It is fucking freezing cold, so I'm going to go home and hide in the warm. But yeah, that is it. So like I say, loads of stuff for the Fiesta coming towards, well, middle to the end of the year, because this wee beast has got to take priority, and then I have got something new coming in March, April time. I would like to have that new car for BHP show, so that's kind of, hopefully we'll have that. So like I say, new daily, but realistically a new project, daily project kind of thing. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, keep your eyes peeled for new content, and I will catch you on the next one. Ta-ra.